to Still a Hot Mess, where we ask the question, is self-help helping? Every episode we discuss, debate, and often diss an aspect of the self-improvement movement.
Drawing from our own experiences and talking with personal growth experts, we want to know, is it all too much? Has it gone too far? Is it making us even more neurotic? Is this self-help or self-help?
You make a mess of me. You make a mess. You make a mess of me.
So welcome to our amazing podcast, Is Self-Help Helping?
Yeah, is it helping?
Is it?
I don't know.
It keeps on going.
I don't know.
Are you into it, guys? Are you into self-help? How into it are you?
Yeah, like I'm into it big time.
You are
I
a junkie.
love it.
Yeah.
That's what I've discovered, is that I am a junkie.
Yeah.
Like I just get like hit after hit as I read, as I listen.
Not only have you read, you've written.
As I write. Oh my God, it is. It's like another high.
There's so much in you, it's got to come out.
That's hilarious. Okay, I'm going to give you that one. There's so much self-help in me that I have to let it out.
Come out. Well, in today's episode, we're going to be talking about a pretty big self-help topic, and that's the idea of manifesting our desires.
Or is that womanifesting? They said that on Baroness von Sketch Show in a sketch.
So funny.
Carolyn Taylor. Yeah, she was like, womanifesting. And it just made me laugh. I laughed out loud there.
Yeah.
That was funny. All right. So yeah, basically we're talking about, well, I guess it all stems from this law of attraction. Remember The Secret came out. When was that?
What was The Secret? That was late 90s?
Mid-90s? Yeah. Okay.
Not a lot of great things came out of the 90s. Let's be honest. What really happened in the 90s? I don't even remember them.
I don't know. In Sync?
Okay.
Well,
if that's
Justin
the best you
Timberlake.
got, point and point.
I don't know.
No, Justin Timberlake's great. No, I have no, he's amazing. What am I talking about? I don't know.
So The Secret came out. Yes, maybe you can Google that for us when it did come out, late 90s, early 2000s. And it was basically...
Don't tell me what to do.
It was a book that packaged this law. That's, of course, been studied for years, but it's the law of attraction, the ability to attract into our lives whatever we are focusing on. In basic terms, all thoughts turn into things eventually. If you focus on negative doom and gloom, you will remain under that cloud. If you focus on positive thoughts and have goals that you aim to achieve, you will find a way to achieve them with massive action. So that's the law of attraction, very, very quickly summarized.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's, yeah. Well, that's our episode.
Thanks a lot for tuning in.
So
did you manifest this podcast?
What was interesting is it's such again, this is like, as we were talking about off air. We're on air. Welcome to the radio show. But this idea that there's magic, there is something magical. I do believe that there is something, like I call it the unseen forces. There is magic to life. People. And so I put out the intention, I would say a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, that a podcast would be great to have, just considering that I write books, self-help books, and I'm a speaker and comedian, and so I thought, this is the way that it's going is have a podcast. So I did put it out there. I did. I was like, you know what? One day, I will have a podcast.
All right.
But I had no idea how it was going to come about.
Well, and I too, I was like, I think I'll have a podcast. But for me, I actually made a podcast and then went and did it, as opposed to like, I'm going to put it out there. I just did it.
Yeah.
And then I have a podcast, right? So
no, I just like to sit at home.
Because I think some people could interpret the law of attraction as sit and think about it and dream about it and vision board about it and then think about it some more and visualize yourself and see what that feels like and taste it and all that stuff. But just sit there and do that. And it's like, no, ideas don't work unless I do. So when do you start putting things into action? And if you're thinking about something, if your intention is to accomplish it, then doesn't that mean you're just actually going to start doing the work to get it? And then it's more plausible, becomes possible that you will have it. it. Simply thinking about something does not make it so.
Here's what I agree with.
Okay.
Is that putting wheels in motion is a big message to the universe, that this is now a thing that you're serious about. There's, a real focus or intention. I think life, energy, universe meets you halfway and orchestrates things, kind of takes care of the hows and the details. So here's where I kind of maybe contradict you a bit or challenge what you said about sitting at home and just thinking about a podcast. Well, here's the thing. I've learned that sitting there going, how is that going to occur? I don't know much about podcasting. I certainly don't have the equipment in my home. How will I have a podcast? So that's negative energy. That's kind of like stifling. That's blocking stuff from happening.
I call it thinking, but whatever. Go ahead.
But so what I've learned in my studies of the whole manifesting world, law of attraction, all that kind of thing, living with intention, is to not concern yourself with the hows, because that's actually kind of like lower vibrational energy. So it's almost like, yeah, you do. You say podcast, vision it, have that idea, but then let kind of life take care of the hows. And you kind of got to meet me here with this, because guess what? I never did think about the hows. And here we are.
That's fine. But a lot of people did think about the hows.
Yes.
And set this up. And you come in and sit down. So there is actual work being done and thoughts onto how does this work best? How am I going to do it? So for me, I'm a doer, right? I'm like a big doer. That doesn't mean everything works. It doesn't mean I don't waste time doing things that maybe I shouldn't. I just should myself again. But no, like I'm a doer. So for me, the idea of making something happen is doing it. But what comes with doing something is, okay, how does this work? So, when I started doing like the best before videos with Kate Davis, it was a matter of, okay, how does this work? All right. So I'm going to get a crew. I'm going to get a location. I'm going to get whatever. And I go out and I get it and I do it and I put it together. Bing, bang, boom. There we are. We're sitting there. We both had to do things to make that happen. Not saying that there wasn't a thought at one point for either one of us, maybe sometime in our past, or maybe in the, I don't know, where we were like, wouldn't it be fun to, just make our own shit? And then at some point with the right things aligning, and that was Kate and I having a conversation, it was like, oh, yeah. And here's the opportunity.
Mm-hmm. And I get what you're saying. There has been doing in us having a podcast. I'm not just sitting here, but what is?
No, I didn't mean that.
No,
but I mean,
I understand what.
But the podcast thing, it takes someone going, how will this is Mike's creation, right?
Yeah.
We're here because he figured out how to make a podcast station.
I guess it's because, I didn't have really, any connection to the podcast world. And so I remember thinking to myself, okay, we want to do one, and maybe someday the dots will connect and I'll meet someone and then we'll do this. Yeah. I've just learned to, when the details aren't clear, when there is no path, it's like, okay, it's not time yet.
And that's acceptance.
I don't know.
That's it is like, just what is. It's the what is. I don't know. Now it's like blah, 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 blah.
I do as much action as I can with what I've got, but if I don't know a frickin' thing, I think, hey, you know what? That's for life to kind of figure out for me a little bit. I do kind of surrender that a bit. Okay.
Okay. So here's my question. Manifesting sounds a lot to me like dreaming, like to have a dream. Right. Which is what we used to call it, like to sort of envision yourself accepting that Oscar or, just like kind of when you dream about something that you want, there is visualization involved. And it seems like manifesting has now been a way of breaking down how to dream about something, how to have a daydream about what you might want to do in your life. And so it seems like it's very plotting now, and this is how you must manifest. And there are ways of doing it where, don't say the wrong things, because then you'll attract the wrong things. Make sure that if you say like, I want, or you're not supposed to say I want.
No, don't say I want,
right,
because
I
why?
Want, because you're sending
a message of lack.
that it's lack.
That it doesn't exist.
Right, as opposed to I am welcoming, ready to receive, or I am
process.
already, doing it. So it's like manifesting the right way. That's me slapping the back of my hand into the palm of my other hand, which is a very
Oh, you're getting worked up.
angry action. But it's like, make sure you manifest the right way. So we're even controlling how we freaking daydream. And
that's true.
And then, on top of that, it's also like, don't say I want, live in the as if it's happening, and also say with ease. So it doesn't happen in a difficult way.
Well, who likes to struggle?
Right? We don't want struggle. No. So it's like there's so many rules to do in doing it. And I'm not saying that maybe that's true, but I'm just arguing come on already. Like I used to just daydream. And a lot of those daydreams have happened, and maybe some haven't. And maybe if I applied myself to my daydreaming a little bit more, then I would have accomplished more. So I'm a big loser for not manifesting correctly. And now I'm not good enough.
I do. I get a little bit upset with myself if I haven't done, some visualization and in power of intention stuff in a while. I'm like,
get upset with yourself
lazy.
For daydreaming wrong.
Like,
oh,
come on,
so
get your shit together,
sad.
Susan. Come on,
Susan.
Okay, so it's so funny that you actually, have been talking about how, there are certain steps now, like there's little rules.
Yeah.
Okay, so I follow this one guy called Mike Dooley.
Mike?
Yeah, he's one of my favorite authors.
Little Mike Dooley. He sounds like a really little guy. What does he look like?
He is a little bit. He's bald, and I think he is kind of little. But he writes, he
talks about big things.
My favorite books are Notes from the Universe. And so he actually teaches law of attraction, manifesting, power of intention through actually talking like he's the universe.
Okay.
Like in the voice of the universe.
Who is the universe? What is the universe?
It's just the energy that it's energetic forces, I believe, that are.
I mean, I do believe that we are all connected. Like we're all of this earth, and we have energy. We are energy. I believe that.
I think there's other energy. I think there's
a bigger energy.
There's a bigger energy.
There's our energy, and then there's a bigger energy.
Okay, so anyway, he kind of like writes
we
the
don't
way
want
that
to get into that.
He's the voice of the other energy.
Okay.
So he says, here are the steps. You regularly visualize the end result. See, that's the thing I think, we are taking from the dream world, right? The outcome, the end result, the big ta-da.
But don't attach yourself to the outcome.
Okay.
So
you visualize the end result. Mm-hmm. Then every day you show up.
Yeah.
And I think that is a big key. It's not about, lying there and doing nothing. You do show up.
How are we talking about showing up?
Little baby steps.
There we go. Doing.
Right? Just the little doings. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Get off your ass.
You're not attached to how it will come true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I think this is one that I really do believe in, because I think life can dream bigger for us than we can for ourselves sometimes. So like we can get very limited.
I also think we can just be narrow-minded in our thinking, and then we're going to lose opportunity because we think it's supposed to happen a certain way.
Yeah. The shape and form is this, and I think we need to stay very open to how it shows up. The
possibility of any path opening up.
Another element is that it really matters to you. You really care about it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that's an interesting.
That helps. If I don't give a shit, then what the hell am I doing?
True.
Okay.
You know who the first 3 people are that you'll call with the news.
Oh, boy.
That's cool.
Well, I thought I knew.
Huh.
Now I got one person to strike off my list. Whatever.
True. Well, you can call me.
Oh, I would call you for sure.
You're smiling and winking way more than normal.
Oh, my.
Okay? Like,
that's just when I'm when I've got it anyway.
It's interesting
to
that
me, like when
Mike talks about, just kind
I'm thinking sex right now. That's what I'm thinking.
All right, let's
winking, smiling.
Okay.
That's me.
Just
that means
get back on track here.
Okay.
But it's like, you know what? It's like work can be drudgery or it can be fun. So like, it's just about being, playful with it and having as much fun as possible.
Okay.
That's high vibrational stuff. I think that's what he's getting at.
Don't get down on it.
Yeah. Sometimes you speak and behave as if it has already come to you.
Sometimes?
Acting as if.
Sometimes?
I don't know. He says sometimes.
Seems a little
so maybe,
wishy-washy.
Well, He's trying to give you a break.
Okay.
Maybe sometimes you don't. Maybe you're tired. I don't know.
$25 million. I have $25 million, Susan.
Okay.
The universe and me together, the two of us, have $25 million.
We're going to Vegas.
Finally.
Okay, here's okay. So I try to be very generous with my money because I'm acting as if
you have it.
that, there's no shortage.
Right. Now
I
tell
do-
that
I
to
do-
somebody who's bad with money. And
Yeah.
they're like, I'm just giving it away so it'll come back to
I
me.
think you have to work within your limits and not live in debt.
Okay.
You have to work with it within
So
your
some
means.
rules apply.
Well, I don't think you ought to put yourself in, some financial ruin over it. But, I think people who are cheap or whatever you want to call it, who
Stingy.
yeah. I think they're
They're living in lack.
I think they're
living
sending a big
in I don't have it, as opposed to I can be generous with what I have.
I think they're sending a big message to the energy, the universe, whatever you want to call it, that there's not enough.
Okay.
I do.
What do you guys call the universe?
I really don't
I want
believe
to know
in being
what our listeners
cheap.
Call the universe or call the energy or call the creator or call the it's endlessly fascinating.
I don't know. There's just magic. I don't know.
There is magic.
It probably doesn't depend upon specific people. So you're not attaching to needing certain people to have your dream come true. Okay. You already know what your next goal is.
You know. Do you have to think about
already
it?
know.
That sounds like how do I make
I don't
this
love that
happen?
step. I don't love that one. I don't know what. Anyway.
But you got to think about it.
Well,
you got to be like, what's next?
But is he getting at the fact
am I
that you
gonna
have
do?
to raise the bar already? I don't know. Okay.
He's not my guy. He's your guy. So I'm listening.
And the last one is you keep whispering, sweet, thank you. Yes. With a clutched fist.
Oh yeah, no, I feel that. Sweet. Thank you. Yes.
But there is that idea of like being grateful for it, getting that celebratory feeling. It's almost like anticipation, right? Like it's like, oh, this is such a done deal.
You want to feel that quickening inside
I don't
you
know.
when
Maybe
you
it's just a
think
bunch
about
of bullshit. But like,
I
thought it was interesting.
Here's what I'm getting.
I saw the other day.
I'm with you. Here's what I'm getting.
Yep.
If you really are into something, it's your passion. It's your fun thing.
It's your jam.
It's your jam. If you've got a jam and you feel good about it, like honestly, if it's not your jam, you're not going to feel good about it. If it's your jam, you're going to feel good about it, but feel good about it. Lean into the positive of it. Like have fun with it. Have those little fun feelings inside. See it happening. All that stuff. Yes, if that's manifesting, great. Why wouldn't you? Right? Why wouldn't you?
Have you ever tried have you ever had a vision board? Like, have you put something on a wall with I don't know, like Hawaiian, like a Hawaiian island and fancy car and Fabio, cause I know you like him.
What do you think the answer is?
Like, have you
tell me when you're asking me a question, have I ever had a vision board? Tell me.
I don't know. Maybe you were kooky like that back in the day.
Why is that kooky?
Not
it sounds
kooky.
like
That sounded like a judgment.
Thing
That sounded
we're
like
all
a judgment.
Supposed to be doing is to have that board cut and go to your magazines, cut out photos of things that you want to remind
I personally
yourself.
don't understand this one.
I don't have a
I've
vision
never
board.
gotten into it.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry if I sounded judgy about it.
No,
like when I
not
said
at all.
kooky, because it's just kooky to you. Like you would have been kooky, a kooky version of you if you had done that. This does not make sense to me. The idea that you're just going to stare at this. I don't know.
Well, I think, okay,
one.
so let's talk about it. Let's imagine making a vision board right now. What would you put on there?
If I had a vision board?
Yeah. Your cottage?
Yeah, I guess I would put a picture of, a lakefront cottage.
Yeah.
Like Lake Huron.
And it would have to be like where you want it.
Yeah, I guess I would. Yeah, it would be there.
Yeah.
What
else would you put? You would have adoring fans.
Like
you would be signing all your books.
But that's like photos of.
They'd be flying off the shelf.
I have those visions in my mind. Like I do.
Right.
I run those visions in my mind. But like, I don't know, to stare at it out externally outside of me, I don't know.
In case you forget.
Maybe it's, yeah. Here's an interesting one that I learned as I was studying manifesting a few years ago. Now this is one I learned from an Oprah from her XM radio show she used to
Okay.
have.
Good.
She used to have
Good.
a law of attraction guy on.
She'd be great on the radio.
Yeah. So what she did was she had her own radio station with XM for
course she
years.
did.
And then she had certain people have shows,
Cool.
like their own show. And this guy had, God, if I
Kind
could
of like
remember
what's
his
going on
name.
here at the pod plant.
Got it.
Yeah.
So he said to eliminate the words don't, stop, and no. Right? Like to
Don't, period. Stop, period. No.
to eliminate
period.
those words from your from your language, because it's like whatever.
They're negative.
Yeah, what you resist persists kind of
Uh-huh.
thing. Because, and this was a very interesting concept, idea, is that, and he said the universe works a lot like Google, like a search engine. Okay, for example, and I remember this. This is exactly what he said years ago. If you like if you were to type in on Google no football, just no football.
Okay.
What comes up, Fanton?
No football. No football sign. No football meme. No football team.
Yeah, it's just websites about football.
Okay.
All right, so you still get football,
Okay.
even though you put no.
Okay.
Right. So if you're saying, no more of this, no more of that, the universe is like concentrating
Hearing
on
whatever that is.
because like a search engine, the universe focuses on the noun.
Sure. And we do, like, in terms of parenting, for example, if your kid is about to run into the street, you don't say, don't run into the street. You say, I would say stop. I would say no. But I might say, come back, right? Because the action is, what I want him to get. So that's like a parenting tool. You don't tell them to stop doing the thing. You give them a positive action away from that thing.
That's exactly
Yeah.
it.
So that makes sense to me.
So what's interesting is like we were talking about, this idea of, not saying I want, because it suggests that you don't have it, it doesn't exist. So I was years ago reading a book by Madonna's personal trainer, Ray Kybardis is his name. And it's called Fitness is Religion, actually. And it's an amazing book. And he suggested that he says this to his clients, not to say, I want to lose weight. That's a very weak, kind of low vibrational statement. Because what does the universe hear? Weight.
Why can't the universe here lose weight?
Because weight is the noun.
Okay.
Okay, this is just what I say. So anyway, well,
I'm really trying over here.
so he suggested that you say, I am creating a leaner, stronger body.
I like that too. I like that too. Lean, strong body.
Yep.
Lean, strong body. I'd
Yep.
rather think that than lose weight. Lose weight does seem a little negative.
Well,
it
it does-
means I'm
well,
doing something wrong
he also
as
sug-
opposed to building something strong.
True. He also suggested that losing anything is very negative, very low vibrational.
Unless it's weight. Whatever.
But this is the thing with affirmations, right? This is a big part of manifesting. Affirmations, I am, I am. So what I do sometimes is in the morning, I lie in bed and say, I am healthy, strong, vital, whatever, energetic.
Hot, sexy.
Yeah.
I tried to think of more things.
Appreciated that, though.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But then I also then go, I am,
Powerful.
yes,
I am
a
effective.
successful, comedian, author, speaker. I am traveling the world. I am in demand. I am, just bigger than life, all that kind of thing.
Yep.
I do. Do you do that? Do you do affirmations?
I should probably there.
Don't
I just
should
should myself
yourself.
again. Do I want to
Yeah,
do
like, does that-
affirmations?
does that-
I actually do. I don't have a regular routine of them, and it is one of those things that I have often wondered: would it be advisable to sort of have that as part of my day? Because there's many days where I feel like don't need it. And then there's days where I'm like, okay, this isn't good. On those days, I do remember to like say something nice to yourself, Kel. Like, because I'm also very good at like not being like, I can be like, well, that was dumb. That's your fault. Like I'll get into that stuff. And I end up in long conversations with me where it starts there and I have to sit myself down, be my best friend and say, okay, but how is it really? And, you got this, you've taken responsibility, accountability, because that's a big deal for me. And also moving into, and I'm human and I'm good. And I'm, I do good things for people. I mean well, all that stuff. So I do that, but I don't do it regularly. And I don't know if that would make a marked improvement in my life. It would be an experiment that, right here, right now, I'm going to declare that starting today, I'm going to set aside, give me a time frame.
Like 5 minutes?
5 minutes. 5 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you need to.
I don't want
really
more than
keep
that.
this.
Don't need more than that. Look at me.
You're busy.
5 minutes.
You're busy.
So I'm going to give myself 5 minutes. That seems like a lot right now, actually, of affirmations. But
yeah, that actually could be.
You gave me a big
way
number.
More than you need.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I'll let you know when I hit my point where I was like, I'm out. But I'm going to shoot for 5 minutes of what? Saying nice things to myself? What am I doing?
I would just.
How about a list of, can we do this better? How about a list of like 10 things that I say to myself every day, maybe when I wake up, whenever the hell I do it, doesn't matter to me. And see if in 10 days I feel different.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Okay.
We're going to write that down.
Let's write the date. I'm doing it. You talk.
Okay, yeah. And I think you can. You just say some positive things that may not even really be your reality right now. I am a world famous, world traveling comedian speaker. Well, I mean, sometimes I go to New Brunswick, like and Halifax and Winnipeg.
But why not the world?
Well,
no, I
right.
agree.
So like I
shoot big.
Sure.
Go
So
for it.
I am using language that probably isn't applying right now. Like it's not realistic.
And it might feel foolish.
It does feel foolish. Let me be very clear.
Yeah.
This does not feel natural because we're, in a way, we are kind of rewiring our brains. We are, saying and thinking things that aren't natural. Because, oh God, we can quickly rhyme off a list of things we suck at and things that are missing and things that, we have failed at. But this is very a deliberate way of being.
I'm also gonna try and be aware if there's a list or an occurrence of things that I repeat that are negative. I'm gonna try and be aware of that, and I'll talk about them as they come up. So yeah, I'm like really gonna do this.
It's worth a try because
feels like a lot of work.
Yeah, when we focus on what's not working, what we don't want, they say the law of attraction world says that's again because the universe works like Google. It's going to give us more of that, and it's also like energy attracts like energy, right? Susan, I'm just going to say nice things to myself, okay? You know what? Anything more than that, lighten up, Fenton. Okay, just go easy on yourself. I'm going to tell you something though, and we got to go in a second, but I find that when I say good things about myself to others, like I might say, I'm actually pretty good at that. I find there is resistance from people because I don't do it very often, but I do it. I've done it with my kids. Like I'll say, yeah, actually, like I'm pretty good at making that, like that's a specialty dinner. I'm good at that, whatever. I do that because I think it's important to acknowledge those things. And I don't feel like it's ego driven. I feel like I'm kind of saying, yeah, like I've worked at that. And I think I know I'm good at that, or that I've done that well, or whatever the case may be. I think I've done that, with you. I've probably said like, yeah, I'm a doer and I'm good at finding things. I'm good at getting things for people. You're aware of your strengths. I'm just aware of my strengths. And that's there's a whole book on that. Strengths Finder. But I find resistance from people because you're a woman and they're like, oh, well, don't you just say for yourself. It's like, it's because you're a woman. Really, and I don't feel like I'm saying like, look at me or like, I'm not looking for an ego boost from anyone. I'm just acknowledging something that I know I have earned and I'm good at. And I get a little discouraged when it's met that way. Yeah, because honestly, like I'm not a huge feminist here. Like you're not going to hear a lot out of me like this way, but I really do. I'm frustrated when I hear you say this because I really do think it's because you're a woman. It might be. When a woman toots her own horn, she's, full of herself. But when a man does it, well, he's just confident. He's just confident. Maybe people just don't like it when I'm too confident. I'm getting a little I'm worked up on that one.
Yeah,
It
well,
just,
it's a thing.
I think there's, double standard there. But
I'm not going to stop. That's what I'm going to say. I am not going to stop saying those things. And if someone disagrees with me and says you're not good at that, I'm willing to talk about it because I'm okay with those kind of conversations. But for now, I'm also saying, look, it's okay to say, and I'm good at that.
yes, I think that's high vibrational thinking. And,
I think so.
You know,
I
our
don't know,
words
maybe
and
it
our
is.
thoughts are energy.
Yeah.
And so if you say something positive about yourself or, you know, your life, that can only, you know, result in positive.
You think it's
Like,
going to
it's not-
improve your own life.
It's
and
certainly
maybe,
not going to cause negativity. It
well,
just isn't.
but I think what I'm saying is when I do that and someone's resistant
Unless
or gives me
people
like
are-
a negative response to that, then I'm like, have I hurt you in some way? Have I made you feel bad because I feel good about this?
Well, I'll just say it again. I think people are uncomfortable with women owning their power. Anyway,
what do you guys think? Let us know.
but before we wrap up and go into our little game, I
Yes.
just do want to mention that there is this other world called the law of deflection. And I just want to just point this out because it kind of just contradicts everything that we just talked about. We have a mutual friend, Kelly Elson, and she's a psychic medium. And she's all into energy. She's very wise when it comes to energy. And she actually believes in the law of deflection. And that is really being more aware and more clearly defining what you don't want. Really, really, just having this full understanding, clearly defining what you don't want to leave the universe with creative freedom, if you will, in terms of what it delivers to you. Basically, as I said, and what I believe, and I think maybe you believe, is that the universe can dream bigger for you than you can for yourself. So she feels like if you just get very clear on what you don't want, then it just really leaves everything else open.
Oh, babe,
like,
I have a
okay,
long list of what I don't want.
and
oh
then,
my
you know,
God. Let's go.
I don't know. It's interesting though. The law of deflection.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I buy
You
that.
just
I buy it
focus
as
on what
much
you
as
don't
anything
want.
else. Yeah.
But it contradicts pretty much the whole world
It
of
totally
of
contradicts it. I don't think you want to
manifesting.
dwell on what you don't want. I think
I
there's
think- yeah, that's
moderation
good. You
in
don't
all
dwell.
of this stuff.
You just get very clear about it.
Yeah, like
And then
yeah.
you just go, okay, and the rest is up to you, baby. Did I just yell out, baby?
you did with your hands in the air. You did.
My hands
I
are
wish
in
someone
the
could see this. I'm going to take a picture of you right now. Right
so
now.
yeah,
Stay
it's
like
just
that.
basically. Do you remember Bette Midler in Big
Bet.
Business?
Yeah.
And she'd be like, "Come and get me, come and get me," and that was her saying to life, like,
Well, that's
yeah.
what Lieutenant Dan said too in Forrest Gump. And they got a major storm, but he got peace in the end.
So I just thought that was interesting.
Well,
that
it is
idea
interesting,
that it's
but
like
let me
really
finish
being
what I was
open.
going to say about it. And that is, I think there's moderation with all these things, which is where I come at this podcast to begin with in
Yep.
terms of self-help.
Yep.
I just think, whoa, 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 whoa. Right? So yeah, I think, try it on. Make those lists. I don't know, but live your life. Get out there. Do some stuff. Have some fun.
Make a vision board.
Make a vision
Yes,
board if
because
that's
you know
what you
what?
like to do.
If that makes you happy,
But don't feel bad if you don't.
no shoulds on that one.
Just
for
don't
sure.
feel bad about everything.
Go easy on yourself.
Go easy. Take it easy.
You didn't come into
It's a
this world
Pellegrini thing.
hating yourself.
No.
See, that's it. It's not our true nature. Anyway, we need to.
Yeah, we
need to talk about true nature in an episode. But
Oh
anyway.
boy, we have so much stuff coming up. But
Okay,
anyway.
it's time. It's time to play Name
That Guru.
Yes, here we go.
This
we're
is
gonna
when
read.
what do we do, Susan?
We're gonna read 3 self-help quotes, and we're gonna try to guess
Who said that?
Who said it? Who wrote it? Yeah. So do you want me to start?
I do.
Okay. You're picky about the car you drive. You're picky about what you wear. You're picky about what you put in your mouth. Well, maybe you aren't, but okay. You're picky about what you put in your mouth. Be pickier. Be pickier about what you think.
Oh, did you just pick your nose?
So I've gone
this
with 3
sounds
quotes
like the
about
old-
law of attraction.
Okay. This sounds like the old, you can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose. Who said that?
Who did say that?
I feel like that was an SNL thing. Oh boy. Someone on our list. I feel like it's a
Okay,
woman.
I'm gonna give you a hint. She's new to the list.
Oh.
I sent you a revised list because I thought of a few more.
Yeah.
So you can maybe look and see if there's someone
I
that
feel
you.
like it's Esther Hicks.
You got it.
Oh, wow.
You got it.
That's amazing.
So Esther Hicks.
I didn't get that legitimately.
But I got to
because
tell you
looked
about
at the
Esther
list.
Hicks.
Okay.
This woman actually speaks like she has like a bit of a channel.
Yep.
She downloads all this information from the energies, right? The guiding consciousness energies, and she calls it Abraham.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There you
Name
go.
it and it's yours. You know, that's why we name our pets. Otherwise, they wouldn't be pets. You got to name them to own them.
I do like that she has a name.
Yeah, that's cool. All right. All right. Here we go. Ready?
Whatever gets you through the day.
Whatever, guys. Whatever gets you through. Life is not meant to be a struggle, but a process of allowing.
Oh, allowing. Who says? Wayne Dyer.
I'm sure he says allowing.
Yeah.
Because I don't know where they all draw the line. It seems like there's overlap everywhere. Do you want me to tell you? It's so weird.
Okay, tell me.
Esther Hicks. Yeah.
Abraham.
So that's so funny because I had
Okay.
an Esther Hicks there too.
Thoughts become things. Choose the good ones. Now, this is like his like bumper sticker. This is this is his main quote. Okay, I'm going to give you a hint. I mentioned him in this episode,
Oh, you mentioned
and he is new to the list. I
Wayne
believe.
Dyer.
I didn't
You
mention
mentioned
Wayne.
Mike Dooley.
You got it. You got
Still
it.
another
You're on a-
one I didn't get legitimately, but this is fun anyway.
Yeah, I think it's nice.
All right.
Sometimes to give you a little
It
something,
helps.
something.
It so helps me. Okay, how about this? I've been afraid of changing because I've built my life around you. But time makes you bolder. Children get older. And I'm getting older too.
Okay, Fanson. Okay, well, the Dixie Chicks did a cover.
They did, but that's not who said it.
Fleetwood Mac,
Yeah, Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks.
All right.
I do.
I don't know if that's self-help, and I don't care.
It's you know it's a song about change,
It is.
accepting change,
Accepting, allowing.
evolution.
Oh boy, here we go.
Okay,
Good.
here we go. This is it. This is the quintessential power of intention quote.
Okay.
Okay, you'll see it when you believe it.
Eckhart Tolle. No.
No, Eckhart Tolle does not really write about the
Okay.
power of intention. In fact, this is the title of his book, Power of Intention.
Oh.
Yeah, like this gentleman is big on acting as if
It's already happened.
like it's like this man.
Tony Robbins. No.
No,
I suck at this.
no, you don't be so hard on yourself.
No, I don't care.
That's right. You gotta love yourself. Anyway, that's Wayne Dyer,
Oh, okay.
but I'm Susan Stewart.
I didn't get my third quote.
I just wanted everyone to know my name. That's
Let's
so.
call it there. Let's just call it.
You know what? That was such a cute way to end
It
the
certainly
episode.
was.
Ah.
And I'm Kelly Fanson.
And we're still a hot mess.
You make a mess of me. You make a mess. You make a mess of me. You make a mess. You make a mess of me.
Welcome to our gratitude moment. Big thanks to Monkey Junk for their song, You Make a Mess. You can download their whole song anywhere you download music. Thanks to our sponsor, Purple Jade Wellness Center. And also thanks to the Pod Plant. This is where our voices go into these mics through the magical power of Mike Wixon and into your ears.
And are you a subscriber? Make sure you subscribe to our show so you don't miss out on any new episodes. And be sure to hang out with us on social media. You can find us on Facebook at Still a Hot Mess and follow us on Instagram at Still a Hot Mess Podcast.
And thanks to you, Susan Stewart.
And thanks to you, Fanson.
You make a mess of me.